Yamaha all-new Aerox 155 connected ABS speedometer features. In this video, we will discuss some of the features found on the all-new Yamaha Aerox 155 connected ABS. This is the initial display of the speedometer screen when the main switch knob is turned to the on position. Starting from the odometer number shows the total distance traveled by the motorcycle. Next is the trip meter. The trip meter number shows the distance traveled after the trip meter was last reset. On the Yamaha all-new Aerox 155 connected ABS, there are two trip meters, namely trip meter 1 and trip meter 2. Next is the fuel reserve trip meter. If the last segment of the fuel indicator starts flashing, the display automatically changes to the fuel reserve trip meter and starts calculating the distance traveled from that point. The fuel reserve trip meter display will disappear after you refuel and the motorbike has traveled 5 kilometers. Next is the real-time fuel consumption display. This display shows the fuel consumption in the current driving conditions. This display can be set in kilometer per liter or liter per 100 kilometers. Next is the average fuel consumption display. This display shows the average fuel consumption since the last reset. This display can be set in kilometers per liter or liter per 100 kilometers. Next is the battery voltage display. This display shows the current battery charging condition in volts. Next is the engine oil change tripmeter. This display shows the distance traveled since the last time the engine oil was changed. The oil indicator will flash for the first 1,000 kilometers, then the next 3,000 kilometers, then every 3,000 kilometers thereafter. To reset the engine oil change tripmeter and indicator oil, select the engine oil change tripmeter display on the speedometer screen, then press and hold the menu switch until the engine oil change tripmeter and oil indicator flash, then release. When the engine oil change tripmeter and oil indicator flash, press and hold the menu switch again until the engine oil change tripmeter number reset to 0. Resetting the tripmeter number of engine oil changes must be carried out after changing the motorcycle engine oil. Next is the V-belt replacement tripmeter. This display shows the distance traveled since the V-belt was last replaced. The V-belt indicator will flash every 25,000 kilometers to indicate that the V-belt must be replaced. To reset the tripmeter and the V-belt indicator, select the V-belt replacement tripmeter on the speedometer screen display, then press and hold the menu switch until the V-belt and tripmeter indicator flashes, then release. When the V-belt and tripmeter indicator flashes, press and hold the menu switch again until the V-belt replacement tripmeter number is reset back to 0. The tripmeter and the V-belt indicator must be reset after replacing the V-belt on the motorcycle. The next is the display of the backlight dimmer. In this menu you can reset the brightness level of the speedometer screen. How to reset the speedometer screen brightness level? On the backlight dimmer display on the speedometer screen, press and hold the menu switch until the backlight indicator on the speedometer flashes, then release. Press the menu switch to select the speedometer screen brightness level. There are 3 speedometer screen brightness levels to choose from. Press and hold the menu switch to confirm the speedometer screen light brightness selection. Adjust speedometer screen brightness level. Set clock setting. To set the hour setting, position the speedometer screen on the odometer display, then press and hold the menu switch until the hour digit flashes, then release. Use the menu switch to set the hour, then press and hold the menu switch until the minute digit flashes and then release. Use the menu switch to set the minute digit. When finished, press and hold the menu switch to confirm that the setting is complete. Change the unit of fuel consumption. There are two choices of fuel consumption units that you can choose, namely kilometers per liter and liters per 100 kilometers. Here's how to change the unit of fuel consumption. Make sure the main switch is in the off position, press and hold the menu switch, then turn the main switch knob to the on position. When the speedometer screen displays only the fuel consumption unit, release the pressure on the menu switch. Press the menu switch to select the fuel consumption unit, then press and hold the menu switch to confirm that the fuel consumption unit has been selected. Do the same way if you want to change the unit of fuel consumption again. Yamaha Aerox 155 connected ABS is equipped with VVA or variable valve actuation technology, which makes power evenly distributed at every engine speed. VVA starts working at 6,000 RPM, indicated by the appearance of the VVA indicator on the speedometer screen. VVA indicator can be set in two options, namely showing and not appearing when the engine speed is at 6,000 RPM, but in fact the VVA still works even though the indicator is set not to appear at engine speed at 6,000 RPM. The following is a video showing the VVA indicator on the speedometer when the engine speed reaches 6,000 RPM. Here's how to set up the VVA indicator display. Make sure the main switch is in the off position, press and hold the menu switch, then turn the main switch knob to the on position. When the speedometer screen only shows the VVA indicator, release the pressure on the menu switch. Press the menu switch to select whether the VVA indicator will be displayed or not. Once selected, Press and hold the menu switch to confirm that the VVA indicator setting has been completed. Do the same steps if you want to change the display of the VVA indicator again.